Hi friends, in this video we'll continue learning the treatment of accrued expenses and outstanding expenses. But in this video we'll see how to deal with accrued and outstanding expenses when they're given inside the trial balance. Now you are given an illustration here. Trial balance 31st March 22, particulars debit credit, salary debit balance 1,20,000, interest debit balance 1,10,000, accrued salary 10,000, accrued interest 18,000. No additional information is given to you outside the trial balance. Now, if you observe in this problem, salary is given inside the trial balance 1,20,000. This is an expense, and you are also given some accrued salary 10,000 given inside the trial balance, showing a credit balance. That means the entry for accrued salary has already been passed. What is the entry we have already passed? We have passed the entry salary account debit to accrued salary. This entry has already been passed. The effect has already been given in both the salary account and also the accrued salary account. So this salary expense includes both expenses paid in cash and also accrued. So it is having both cash paid and accrued. So out of 120, if accrued is 10,000, that means the remaining amount has already been paid in cash or in bank. Now similarly, if you observe, interest expense is given 1,10,000 and accrued interest is given. If accrued interest is shown in the trial balance, that means there is a ledger with the name accrued interest, and that ledger has been opened because an entry has already been passed for that. Interest expense account debit to accrued interest. So this entry has already been passed in the books. Effect has already been given. This amount of 18,000, this amount of 18,000 is already included in the interest expense. So we can say out of this, some amount has been paid in cash and some amount is accrued. That means it is not yet paid. So cash amount would be 1,10,000 minus 18,000. The remaining amount would be 92,000 rupees, which has been paid in cash. So now in this problem, these entries have already been passed. These entries have already been passed. So we need not pass these entries again. So our job is very easy in this problem. You are given P&L account for year ended 31st March 22. Balance sheet as on 31st March 22. We'll debit here two salaries 1,20,000, two interest expense 1,10,000, accrued salary 10,000, accrued interest 18,000. Now the question arises, should we add these amounts again in the P&L account? The answer is no, because these amounts are already included in these expenses. So these expenses have been arrived after including both expenses paid in cash and also the accrued amount. So they need not be added once again. These entries have already been passed. The impact has already been taken in the trial balance. So we are not going to show a double impact. So this is how we deal with this problem, and we are preparing the P&L account and the balance sheet. Next year when we pay these amounts, we'll pass the entry accrued salary account at R2 bank and accrued interest account at R2 bank. Okay. We'll take one more illustration, a very simple illustration. Trial balance 31st March 22. Particulars debit rupees, credit rupees. Wages 5,50,000. Outstanding wages credit balance 50,000. This is what is given in the trial balance. Now you are given some additional information outside the trial balance. additional info. Wages per month is 50,000. The workers have worked for 12 months during the accounting year. Now you are given this problem. How do you deal with this? You are given wages inside the trial balance 5,50,000, and you are also given outstanding wages inside the trial balance 50,000. Now, how can outstanding wages come inside the trial balance? It can come inside the trial balance only when there is an outstanding wages ledger. Outstanding wages ledger would be opened only when an entry has been passed. And what is the entry we pass for outstanding wages? Wages account debtor to outstanding wages. So for this 50,000 rupees, the entry wages account debit to outstanding wages 50,000 has already been passed. This 50,000 would have been debited in wages account. This outstanding wages has been credited with 50,000. That is why it is showing a credit balance here in the trial balance. So this 5,50,000 includes some amount which has been paid in cash and also includes some outstanding wages. So out of 550, if 50,000 is outstanding, remaining 5 lakh has been paid in cash. Now, if you see the additional information given to you, what it is saying is wages per month is 50,000. That means the business has to incur on wages 50,000 rupees per month. The workers have worked for 12 months during the accounting year. So now, this according to this additional information, 50,000 rupees is the wages per month. If the workers have worked for 12 months, the total expense for the business is 6 lakhs rupees. But if you observe the trial balance, you are given only 5,50,000 rupees as wages. So what happened to the remaining? The remaining amount has to be now recognized as an expense. So indirectly, this additional information is telling you that one more month of wages of 50,000 rupees has not been recorded in the books of account, which you have to record now. Okay, so let us see how we will solve this problem. I'll prepare the trading account because wages is debited in the trading account. Trading account for year ended 31st March 22. I'll write 2 wages in the inner column, 5,50,000. Balance sheet as on 31st March 22. Outstanding wages already there 50,000. So this is what was given inside the trial balance. I have taken it straight away to the trading account and also in the balance sheet. But now, as per the additional information, the total wages are 50,000 per month into 12, 6 lakhs. But how much has been recorded as an expense already in the books? Expense recorded 5,50,000 only. That means remaining 50,000 has to be now recorded as an expense. So how do you deal with this? We will pass an entry now. Wages account debit to outstanding wages 50,000. Now pass entry. Now we have to pass this entry and give effect. Wages account has to be debited with 50,000 and outstanding wages has to be credited with 50,000. So what will we do is, wages account is already showing a debit balance. It is been debited to the trading account. There we'll write add outstanding wages 50,000. It will become 6 lakhs. Accrued or outstanding wages is already showing a credit balance. If you see the trial balance also, it is showing a credit balance. Again, if you credit the account, add further outstanding 50,000. Total in the balance sheet 1 lakh rupees. So this is how we will deal with an outstanding expense which is given both. In this problem, you had situation where we were given accrued expense both inside and outside the trial balance. The expenses, outstanding expenses which were given inside the trial balance, I did not again add to expense because it was already included. But in the case of an outstanding expense which is given outside the trial balance for which an entry has not already been passed, in such case we are going to again include it in expense, that is added to expense, and also again add it to the liabilities and show it in the balance sheet liability side. So what I did was, this was shown only in the balance sheet liability side and not added to expense because already included. But the outstanding expense which was given outside the trial balance, this was added to expense and also added to liability because the entry was not passed. So this is how we deal with accrued and outstanding expenses when they are given inside and outside the trial balances. Thank you.